My Army shot records aren't good enough? Cool. Here's my whole VA file. Alright, fellow appreciators of absurdity and pettiness. Here's a satisfying medium-length read to get you that much closer to the weekend as you grind away at the hamster wheel that is the American work week. So I recently transitioned from active duty Army to the National Guard, which, as my fellow former service members know, comes with a metric buttload of paperwork and medical records. This will be relevant later. So I got out last December, got accepted to grad school in February, and just started class a few weeks ago. As you all know, there is some sort of pandemic virus-y thing going on, and many institutions require a vaccine to attend in-person classes, which the program I am enrolled in falls under. Like a good little boy, I got my vaccine as soon as I could last March. Posted the obligatory nobody gives a shit picture of my vaccine card, and then moved on with my life. Fast forward to June, and I am hopping through the endless admin hoops of going back to school. And of course, submitting immunization records is on the to-do list since I got my shot through the National Guard. They actually already had the box checked for the COVID vaccine. Cool. Maybe that's because I am attending a public university in the state I am in the Guard for. So maybe they share a medical database? I don't know. Doesn't matter. And for those of you who cry HIPAA, newsflash. When you join the military, you give a few things up. Get stuff in return, blah blah. Not what the story is about. Although I don't think that a COVID shot can do anything to me that anthrax, typhoid, and smallpox shots, 3 pinched nerves, and 5 years of running on pure hate and caffeine hasn't done to me already. But hey, I'm still kicking. Sue. On to the malicious compliance part. Now to submit the rest of my immunization shot records, I have to upload a PDF into the school's medical portal. So I go through the shot record in my medical out processing packet. Snip the page so it's just the immunizations, thinking, no need to include extraneous military stuff that may confuse them, and hit submit. It's literally just one page. A few days later, lo and behold, I get a notice saying my medical records are incomplete, incorrect. An action is required on my behalf. I have to upload more info. Okay. Will do. I just want to get this done. So I submit the whole shot record, historical record, testing portion. About 30 pages. Oh. What do you know? Deja vu. A few days later, I get an email saying, Dear Mr. Student, this is to inform you that additional action is required. Yeesh. So I log into the medical portal. Because of course this can't be done through email. HIPAA. I know. I just like to complain because we're all human. Sue me. And see that whoever reviewed the longer PDF I uploaded wasn't satisfied, saying my submission of proof of immunization was incomplete. Okay. Fine. You know what? We'll play that game. I go dig through a closet and find the folder that has my out processing stuff from active duty. The thing is, when you get out, they give you a physical, hard copy of your medical records on CDs in addition to all the digital stuff, as well as what they send to the VA. My medical records were long enough to require 2 CDs. So copy them to my laptop. Then upload them to the school's medical portal. All 745 pages of CD1 and 300 pages of CD2. Before I hit upload, I respond to the previous message explaining that this is the entirety of my service medical records. And if this isn't sufficient documentation, please let me know. This was in maybe late July, early August. Fast forward to mid-September. And today I received an email confirming the acknowledgement of my proof of vaccination status. Hooray! Solely out of curiosity. I decide to check the documents part. Lo and behold, it's the original one-pager I made. Now to be fair, I have no idea if someone read thorough that whole thing, or said, fuck this guy, and went back the first one. But either way, due to the 6+ week wait, I like to think some poor sap actually tried to dig through that. But hey, if you really want to waste my time, I'll return the favor. TLDR. Some turd burglar medical processor says my military shot records aren't good enough to prove I'm vaccinated, so I dump my whole VA medical record on them. Have a great Thursday, people. Actually, having done healthcare customer service for active duty military and their families, I can tell you HIPAA still applies to the op. I can't remember how many times I've had to explain to family members that I can't discuss their loved ones' medical records with them. Sharing healthcare information across institutions still applies. With sign an information release or share the information yourself. Having the box already checked may have been a clerical error. Lol, that's what they asked for. Happy to oblige. Nah, they were likely bored with just the one-pager. I'm pretty sure they enjoyed the 745 pages open-mouth smile. Op. That's awesome. Hey, I had a similar situation when I went back to school back around 2012. I had to submit shot records that showed smallpox vaccine to go to college. My parents had me vaccinated against smallpox as a child. When I joined the AF, I avoided getting the shot by telling them this, and they tested me for an immune response and documented that I had positive titer to smallpox. This was enough for the AF, and they documented it on my shot record. When I gave my shot record to the college, they said they needed to see documentation that I received the shot. I explained how my shot recorded showed I have positive titer to SP, but admissions person insisted that wasn't enough. I asked to talk to someone higher up, and she said, well, you can send it to some state health secretary's office, and she gave me the email. So I emailed this state secretary with my situation, including the original email I received from admissions telling me to email them. A week later, I received a reply back where I was the CC and the admissions person was the recipient. This state secretary ripped that admissions person a new one. First, she pointed out that I proved positive titer and that per some regulation that was enough, and that if she was a proper admissions person she should know that. Then she went on to rip her for saying that there was no other person who could approve my record than the state secretary herself, as there was basically a whole slew of waivers that could be done if anyone didn't meet the vaccination requirements. Finally, she thanked me for my service and apologized to me that this admissions person had treated me so poorly. Needless to say, I never had another problem with my admission into that college. Sorry you had to deal with all that. Thank you for your service. Turd burglar, lol. As an auditor, I'm pretty sure what happened. The first page didn't have some disclosure that they needed to check the box with. Who was giving the shots? Where did they receive the shot? What batch was it? Some stupid little thing they needed for compliance reasons. Then you sent the second file and they still didn't see what they needed. Though at that point it was probably included. So they wanted more detail. Then you sent the huge third file. IT got on their case because of the size of the file. They spent 6 weeks, off and on, trying to verify that same stupid bit of information. And some senior person asked them what was holding them up. They showed the boss, got a little chewed out, and decided if anyone else cared that much, they could review it themselves. But hey, I'm still kicking Sue, without an arm, no less.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.